Good afternoon. My dear respected brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, and family, friends, brothers and sisters in the humanity of ourselves. My dear respected brothers and sisters, it's an honor and privilege to be here today to offer a few words of peace. And it's not only that, but I wanted to touch upon what peace is. Whenever we talk about peace, we sometimes talk about peace in the abstract. We talk about peace in the ideal. And today, if you permit me, I would like to talk about peace from its reality. And to better understand that, I would like to start with a question. Before the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, did we have the right to peace as human beings? Have we received the right to peace after 70 years? What is truly peace, and where does it come from? Those questions should be asked, and we should look for the answers. Because, my respected brothers and sisters, peace has been elusive and still escapes humanity. I would like to start by saying, we are gathered here today as people of faith and conscience to unite our hearts in solemn prayer and to raise our voices and hands up high. For one reason, because we believe that peace originates from God Almighty, the exalted, the majestic, and the sublime. What is truly peace? In the beginning of the universe and our world, scientists still remain baffled about one thing, and that is if the earth was a hot piece of rock and it cooled down, the gases that formed our atmosphere would have dissipated. Now you might be wondering, why do I bring this up in a day for prayer for peace? I bring that up to say that the origination of this universe started a certain way. Now, for us to understand why I mentioned that, think about that. That scientists cannot explain why the atmosphere is here. There is no scientific explanation for why the gases go away. And I would like to start with my first point by saying that Allah, the name that I will refer to God Almighty sometimes in my talk, that is just a name of many of His names that you hear in the Quran. It is still the name for God Almighty. Sometimes we call Him the Creator of heavens and the earth, our Lord and our Master. Allah the Almighty says in chapter 41, verses 11 through 12, aptly named the expounding verses. He states, "Then He rose over the heaven when it was gaseous, and said to it and the earth, come together willingly or unwillingly. They both said, we come willingly." This is a very telling verse, that the earth could not have formed as a biosphere without the forces of nature coming together willingly, hence peacefully. My dear respected brothers and sisters, as we sit here, I want to make the first point that the universe, with all the many violent forces that were the catalyst for its beginning, a big bang or bounce, exponential expansion, heat, and gravity, but only peace brought them together in harmony, in synergy, and purposeful order. When God Almighty decided to create mankind, He mentioned the concept to the angels. Their first response was, will you place on earth one that will spread mischief and shed blood? As stated in chapter 2, verse 30 of the Quran. Questioning the very purpose of our existence in their attempt to understand, why will God create again? They saw a foreboding in our gift of intellect, free will, and desires. But Allah the Almighty responded in a very simple and solid way. Verily, I know what you know not. The angels saw death and destruction, but our Creator knows the opposite, that mankind can be peaceful, obedient, and respectful, that in our nature, the propensity for peace surrounds our desire to destroy. The third thing I'd like to say, that God Almighty gave us the ability to discern right from wrong, as stated in chapter 91, verse 8, saying, and imbued the soul with consciousness of its wickedness and virtuousness. This means that the path to peace is innately etched in our souls, and that it is the path to righteousness, justice, morality, and altruism. Fourthly, peace is the foundation of our creation existence and salvation. For look no further and see what the Almighty gave the name of peace. The following. He made the name of his religion Islam. In chapter 3, verse 19, he stated it so. And Islam comes from a root, three-letter root, that also gave rise to the word submission and peace. Hence, we attain peace through submission to the will of God, and not to succumbing to our own whims and desires. One of the names of God Almighty that he gave himself is As-Salam, which means not only the source of peace, but the one that is perfect from all flaws, and from whom our peace emanates from. He gave the greeting for mankind, As-Salam, the greeting of peace that I would like to offer to all of us, As-Salamu alaykum, Wassalamu ala man ittaba'a al-huda. In this world and in the hereafter, Salam is the greeting for mankind, as it states as well in chapter 24, 61 and verse chapter 10, 10, respectively. He gave the name of paradise, calling it the abode of peace in verse 6, 127, and calls mankind to Dar as-Salam, the abode of peace. To maintain peace and security between us, he made our lives, our blood, our property, our honor inviolable. And thus he stated categorically and unequivocally in chapter 5, verse 32, that whomever kills a person without just cause or spreads corruption on earth is like killing all of humanity. And whomever saves a life has saved all of humanity. What exalted words that epitomizes the sacredness of our lives and our right to peaceful existence. He commanded that when we are faced with hostility, animosity, abuse, and aggression, to not respond in kind, but to use peace, as he stated in chapter 25, verse 63. The true servants of the most merciful are those who walk on earth humble, and when confronted by ignorance, respond with peace. And he also stated in chapter 41, verse 34, that good and evil are never the same. Repel evil with that which is good. For the one with whom you may have enmity between you will one day become your bosom friend. I can go on and on of how God Almighty planned a life of peace for mankind. But that peace has remained elusive till now because we have forgotten that true peace emanates from the Creator. And that only by recognizing Him and submitting to Him will we preserve peace. O people of faith and conscience, O children of Adam that are here and that are not here. There's lack of peace in every part of the world. It is missing from our homes, our streets, our political discourse, and our international interactions. War, violence, hunger, disease, and natural disasters continue to erode our existence and ravage the world. Therefore, let us unite our hearts, our voices, our hands. Let us raise them to heaven's high and beseech the Almighty Creator Most High. And I would like to close with this simple prayer. Our Lord God, you are peace, and from you we receive peace. Blessed and exalted you are, the majestic and sublime. Send upon mankind your everlasting peace as you brought down Noah peacefully from the ark. Extinguish the flames of war and violence from our midst as you commanded fire to be cold and peaceful for Abraham. Restrict us all from bringing our hands against our fellow men, but to outstretch them in kindness, generosity, and service. Establish deep in our hearts and conscience the recognition that humanity is one family, that no man or woman, regardless of race, ethnicity, nationality, or language, is better than the other, except by virtue of our obedience to you. Guide our representatives and leaders to the principles of divine peace and to the solutions that will unite mankind under the banner of peace. And judge us not, except with mercy. Pardon us for our transgressions, and enter us all into the abode of peace, through the gates of peace, and by the breathing of peace. Amen. 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 And peace to those who follow God. Thank you.